Hey you guys, welcome to another day of Vlogmas. So today's Vlogmas video is going to be a little different. We're actually going to get into what I've learned about being natural in the past year. So the reason why I'm actually doing this video during Vlogmas is because actually during the holiday season is actually when I decided to go natural. And honestly, I was really just like a month in. During the Christmas season, and I definitely was trying to figure that thing out, y'all. So I decided, since my 1 year anniversary for my natural anniversary was actually, I believe it was November 9th, possibly. But I really wanted to, take the time and get the information that I wanted to get out to you guys to actually make sure it was beneficial. And it just so happened to fall during Vlogmas, so here we are. So the first thing I wanted to get into is my reason why I decided to actually go natural. So one of the reasons why I decided to go natural is actually during my relaxed time. Around this time, sometimes I get a little seasonal depression. I really wasn't taking care of my hair the way I needed to. And so my hair was actually beginning to actually break off, and I was noticing that it was getting kind of thin in the back. So I was like, okay, boom, we're going to cut it into this blunt bob, and I'll insert a picture here of what that was, and then we'll just let it all grow back out. So when I noticed that when that was happening, it was growing, but it still was thin, I was like, okay, so the next thing we were going to do is I was going to forego my relaxer for the spring. And I normally used to always not get a relaxer in the summertime because, baby, the summer heat where I live now, it was not conducive to my relaxed hair. It wasn't a good move. And so I would just end up relaxing my hair in September or August, and by then everything should be fine. Now, I did this once before when I had an incident where I had breakage with my hair, and my hair grew back beautifully. So that's normally used to be my go-to thing whenever my hair is not doing as well as it needs to. I generally like to kind of just skip a relaxer, the season of relaxer, and then let it grow out and then relax it, and normally it is back to its good step. But unfortunately, when August came, I relaxed my hair, and by that time, I was literally in the transitioning phase because honestly, I think I must have forgot when I did get my relaxer. I think it was probably February, probably. And I think I forgot, and so I ended up going too long. So essentially, when I did the August relaxer, it was almost as if I was doing a virgin relaxer because we was pretty much transitioning. We was really knee deep in the transition situation. So when I did the relaxer, baby, it didn't look like I had relaxed it. It didn't do what it was supposed to do. So then I ended up watching the show on Netflix. I don't know if it was Stitched, Baked, something. Anyway, it was with the multiracial couple where the black woman was married to the Italian, and he ended up getting sick and dying. Baby, something about that and had me all in my feelings. And so that was around the same time where all the news, press, and things was going out about how unhealthy relaxers were for black women who were getting the relaxers. And at that point, I was like, I have to be alive for my baby. Now, mind you, when I heard it, I was like, okay. But honestly, literally, when I heard it, I was hearing it all the time. Every 5 minutes, it seemed like. And I was like, God, is this a sign? Are you trying to tell me something? And also, this isn't the second time that I had heard that this was actually unhealthy for us. I had heard it, when I was pregnant with my son. And my hair just was like, oh, no, they'll say anything in the press, but clearly it's fine. But baby, you wasn't going to get me again. So, boom, I decided we're going to cut it off. Now, I was really nervous about it because I was like, oh my God, but I had also did my research and figured out what I was going to do. So I'm going to post a picture here about when we cut my hair, how much hair I had left. Y'all, clearly I had a whole pixie cut. So obviously I was natural for a while, baby. I was natural. Now, what really helped with the process is that I also decided to dye. I cut it and dyed my hair the same day. And so it was kind of like makeover type situation. I was a little nervous about it at first, but once it was done, I felt okay. And then when I woke up the next morning, I wasn't like, girl, what did you do? So boom, that's my reason why. So in that, there was a promise that I made to myself, is that I would give myself 1 year, 365 days, to devote to learning my natural hair and really giving it a try. My rationale behind that is because, baby, I had been relaxed for a majority of my life. And to be completely honest, it wasn't to the panorama when I really learned how to take care of my relaxed hair. And so I knew this was a different change, and I needed to learn how to take care of my natural hair, or else this wasn't going to be a healthy move either. And so I knew that if I was able to just braid that thing up and put in a wig, I was never going to learn it, and I probably was going to ruin my hair more than anything. So he's saying that there was going to be no wigs, no protective styles. I wasn't going to straighten it, and none of that really forced me to kind of get deep in there and figure out what to do with this here natural hair, because baby, it ain't for the weak. But also, it's a I have to say, it has been a very freeing experience. Once I gained more confidence in my natural hair, because it's hard to explain. It's knowing that when it's raining outside, that it's gonna be okay. You get what I'm saying? It's knowing that in the summertime, if I decide to swim, if my child decides to like dump me with water, I'm gonna be okay. It's that freeing moment. But it doesn't come right away, especially if you've been relaxed all your life. And I was the one that I needed my hair to be bone straight. So going from nice and neat and bone straight, nice and neat, I should say, and knowing that my hair is super thick as it is, and it being thick, that was an adjustment in itself. And that's why I encourage, if you're thinking about doing it, to really give yourself a chance. At least a year. Because I didn't get really comfortable with it until like month 6, 7, 8. And then really like that, the 11th month was when I was really in that thing. There would never be a time that I would just let it be like it is right now and be totally okay with that when I first started. So that's the thing. Give yourself time to learn your hair. Now, the things that you need to learn your hair, everybody, it's like, oh, you need to learn what type of hair you are, da 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 da. To an extent, I still don't know if I got a 4AC. I don't know what I have. What I do know is that I do have 2 textures of hair. In the back, I have more curly hair, and towards the front, baby, this thing is a wave and it's straight. And it's not heat damage, it's just the way it is. But I'm not exactly still sure if I have high porosity or low porosity type situation. It's really hard to tell still. So it's still a trial and error for me. But what I will say is that if you want to do the wash and go with just wetting your hair and putting on a little bit of product, then you probably need to know what type of curl you have. That way, when you're doing it, you're not upset or disappointed with the outcome of it. Everybody wants that pretty curly hair, that literally you stick your hair under the water and go. But the real reality of it, that everybody's curl isn't like that. And they say that everybody does have some sort of curl pattern. I haven't figured out which product yet does that off gate. I haven't figured out the product that truly defines my curls, defined. I don't think. But what I do know is that my hair, if I can find the picture of it, my hair is a wave. It's a wave. It's a wave. I don't have little curl ringlets, which there are some little places where it's a cute little wrinklet, but most of it is like it's a cute little wave though. It's really cute. And then up here it's like wave, like defined wave, and then up here it's like wave. So right now with the products that I'm using, when I do a wash and go, it is literally looking like I've wet my hair. A wet look, literally. Not so much defined curl, and that's only because I'm still trying to find products, I think. But I think to that extent, how your curl is going to look, you may need to know that. That way you're not disappointed when that wash and go is not wash and going the way that you want it to go. First thing I would say is, when it comes to products, don't go out buying, don't become a product junkie, as they say. It's really not necessary. If you were transitioning your hair, then most of the time for transitioning people, it's best for you probably have start dibbling and dabbling in natural hair products anyway, because majority of your hair is natural, and that's what you need to keep soft. So it's okay once you go fully natural to keep using those products. Use it up, sis. Don't go buy something new. My recommendation is to find a product or a line product, use that in completion, and then move on. Because if you're using too many things at one time, you really don't know what your hair likes. Your hair doesn't have the time to get used to it. Like, you just don't know how it's gonna go. Now, for me, I used to not care about using same product lines as it relates to shampoo and conditioners, but I do now, just because I feel like my shampoo and conditioners is very important is the most important as it relates to how the rest of my hair is going to turn out. And so that is just going to be trial and error things, and it's best to just use these products, and then if you like it, continue. If not, then go on to something else. I like to continue to try different things, just in the event that I go to a store. Ooh, my battery is not well. Hold on, y'all. Okay, battery's changed. Awesome. So yeah. So coming to shampoos. Where was I? I don't know. Oh, I like to try different things that way. If for some odd reason that I'm in a specific store and I need to buy shampoo and they don't carry that, I have other options. So that's the reason why I like to use different things. And sometimes your hair gets used to something and it's just like, all right, well, I don't like that no more. To me, I am more flexible with curl creams and with curl creams than I am with shampoos, conditioners, and any type of oils that goes in my hair, because my scalp is really, really sensitive and it flakes really, really bad if it doesn't like it. How to know, I've spoke about this even in relaxed hair, you have to really know what your hair likes, and if your hair likes it, it receives the product really well, your hair gets really soft, and it should be really easy. It should make your hair more manageable to deal with. If it becomes really dry and brittle, it don't like that. Now, I do have dandruff, eczema, whatever you want to call it. So I do have to use like Head and Shoulders, but I will also always couple that with my natural hair shampoo, because my hair don't like that, but my scalp does. So yeah, so first thing, don't be a product junkie, because you'll never know exactly what works best for your hair if you have 20,000 things to have. I do recommend, make sure you always have a moisturizing shampoo and conditioner, and then following up with a clarifying shampoo, just because you're putting lots of products in your hair, whether it's gel, curl cream, and all of that can build up, and so you want to make sure at least once a month that you are truly clarifying that strand. And then, because I do dye my hair, I do like to use kind of like a nourishing corrector. I don't know what really, something that kind of pushes my bonds, because I am still using some sort of chemical in my hair. The next tip or thing that I learned is, honestly, when people like to ask, is relaxed hair easier than natural hair, or vice versa? Because I've been both. They both take time. Period. They both take patience. Period. There are pros and cons to each. I have went over that in past videos, but now actually really being on the natural side, I could truly speak for both sides. I feel like as far as the wash day goes, the wash day is to a certain extent, the wash hair is a smidge longer on wash for natural hair, only from a detangling standpoint, depending on how thick your hair is and how well you've been detangling your hair in between wash days, or what you're using to detangle your hair. You start just doing water and just kind of like a regular conditioner. Baby, no, as your hair gets thicker, please invest in a detangling conditioner or cream of some sort. It will save your life, definitely. So that could really take, whether you're going to be detangling your hair for 10-15 minutes or 30 to 45 minutes to an hour. But that also goes on how you've been maintaining your hair in between wash days. Whereas with your relaxed hair, you can just be able to comb through that really good because you combed it, just comb your wrap out or whatnot, and then you can go ahead and head to washing your hair. I still use the same steps. I do add and I do steam my hair every wash day for natural hair. I don't know if I would have done that for relaxed hair, but it's, if you don't do it, sis, please thank me later. It really helps, especially with deep condition. I've always deep conditioned. Like I said, the same process I use as far as deep condition and all that, I've always did that with relaxed hair. The only adding is that I steam my hair every single time. Now, as it relates to styling, I do appreciate just being able to do a mini twists. Now, mini twists can almost take as long as the blow drying and flat ironing, depending on how small you're gonna do it. But if you're doing them big, because you're not planning to rock them like in the summertime, I do them at a very decent size because I'm gonna wear that as a style for a whole week. But in the winter months, I just really just twist it or whatever until whenever I'm about to go out, whether I'm going to work. If I wash my hair on Saturday, I'm not going anywhere Sunday, I might leave it twisted and then take it out on Monday. And then I'm going to wear my hair out, the whole time. So then my wash days in the winter are a little bit shorter than they are in the summer because, again, I'm getting two styles out of it. I do appreciate not having to blow dry and flat iron my hair. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because at least once I get it washed, I can sit in front of the TV and twist my hair and not have to be like, I can't even hear what they're saying because the blow dryer is on. I got to flat iron and all of that. So to that extent, I do enjoy that better than the relaxed because it was a whole thing. What I will say is, as in relaxed hair, you can wrap your hair and go to bed. Where with your natural hair, I wouldn't recommend going to sleep like this because that thing will be flat and you can be like, OMG. So for me, which are going to my next point of what I do at night, what I have learned that to keep your hair from getting as tangled is I separate my hair into 4 sections every single night. The only way I don't do that is if I know for a fact I am going to wash my hair the next day. And even that, because things happen, I still will separate it into 4. And they're really loose little scrunchy type things that I separate into the 4, and it just keeps everybody in their own sections. And then when I take it out the next day, I just fluff it and we keep going. I've also learned to not try to keep my fro in a box. It's a fro and it's meant to be big, and that comes with confidence because I used to retwist my hair every single night. Now, the plus size, my hair was very much detangled very well, but why was I doing that? And so, depending on the products, and that's when products is your style creams and your foams, all foams are not made the same, and all styling cream will not fit your hair. But for the most part, they're going to do what they're supposed to do. You'll just really notice, this doesn't hold a cream as well. This doesn't hold a curl as long as I would like it to. So I don't really like that versus where shampoo, your hair really don't like that. That will be the only difference in the styling products, is that the only thing that you'll notice that with what you will dislike about the product may be, does it give a white cast, or does it build up a lot on my hair of some sort, or it just doesn't hold my curl. I like my curls to be a little bit more defined, or I like my curls to be a little bit more softer, and that would be your only deviation if you don't like that styling product versus in the wash section. If your hair don't like that, then it's not going to go well the rest of the way down. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. So, now I do feel like mini twists are really bomb, and I really feel like that's a good protective style in the summer. And I really did like that because you actually get 2 styles out of that, because now that I have actually found a shampoo that helps my scalp, I'm able to actually enjoy the benefit of having a style for a whole week and then wearing this for a whole week before I have to actually wash my hair. And my scalp has been better. I don't see, it still likes to flake, but it's not as noticeable, which I love because my hair is very much dirty and you wouldn't know that. And so I feel like natural hair, you can hide that your hair is dirty. Put that thing in a puff and keep it moving. Also, what I learned is headbands. You can go and get headbands from like Dollar Tree and stuff like that, but honestly, they wear out really quickly. So for me, I actually got the, why don't I have it here with me? I'll insert a picture, or just put a clip. It's the adjustable thingy, lifesaver. It really gets you really can style your hair in a lot of different ways with that. I've seen the ones where you can just clip. I haven't ever tried that. I don't know about that, but I do like the adjustable headband where you can wear it as a regular headband, or you can pull it up to however high that you want your puff. Because I was thinking that my hair couldn't puff with just the regular headbands, but baby, she puffs. Um, the right gel also, that goes in products. Just finding the right products that works. And I like to use the bigger bobby pins because my hair is so thick, so I don't have 20,000 bobby pins in my head. Really makes the styling process. And to be really honest, even if you have to style your hair in the morning, I use water all the time. Don't be afraid of the water. Now, I'm not drenching my head in the shower. I used to. And if I were to do that, I thought I would only do that in the summertime. I would never do that in the wintertime, but I do always have a spray bottle on hand because you should never be detangling your hair dry. Never, 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 never. Even if you don't want to have a detangling cream, please always spray your hair with water. If you even don't want to use anything, water is moisture. So water should always be a staple in what you're using to seal your hair. Oils, you can put in oils, you don't want it to weigh it down. But then also, it's a fur. Now, I did go back to using grease. Sure did, and I'm going to tell you why. Because my scalp was never super flaky in my youth like that. Not like it is now. And my hair grew beautifully with grease. The only thing that we didn't like about grease was that our hair was way down. So I went back, and I was like, but I'm natural, so what difference does it make? And my hair has been fine. Say what you like, do what you like, but I went back to the old school green grease, and my hair has thanked me. Because my scalp, your hair is so thick. When it's natural, it's not getting that ounce speck, and yes, I said ounce speck of air to your scalp. So when you putting that oil in, if you think about that thing, and grease, and now granted, you may have to grease your hair maybe twice a week, but I feel like that's what we used to do anyway. But I can remember putting oil in my scalp and being like, bro, did I even on my scalp? Just saying. I feel like I didn't take notes and I'm just off the dome with that, and that wasn't smart, but we're here now. I have also learned to just have fun. Let the fro do what it's doing. Let it do what it's doing. Ain't no need of trying to tame it, but why? The only thing is when my front pieces be out to lunch, I slick these things back and let the rest of them do it. If for some reason this isn't working, then it's going to be a puff. There, in a sense, people's like, natural hair is like, oh, I might can have a bad natural hair day, but then not really unless you try to style and it didn't work out right. But for the most part, you can make your hair you can get your hair together at some point. If what you was trying to do wasn't working, worst case scenario, put that thing in a puff and keep it moving, which has been really refreshing. Now, I will say this summer I didn't truly enjoy the perks of being natural like I wanted to because I didn't swim as often because of the mini twist. People was like, oh, you can swim in a mini twist. Baby, mine was coming out. It was coming out. So I do think that next summer I will indulge in the true freedom of being natural in the summertime because I felt like I wasn't. Because I was all like, oh, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Okay, so you act like you can't just rinse your hair out and do a co-wash. So all in all, I really feel like because I took the time to learn my hair, I have seen when I have been truly lazy with it, and at the most that's when I see those little fairy knots or whatever. But since I've stopped being so lazy with it, I do recommend that if you're not going to wash your hair every week or bi-weekly, that in between, you should detangle your hair at least twice a week, I feel like. So, now what I'll do is I'll twist my hair and then I'll wear that and then I'll detangle it to twist it up again, especially if I have somewhere to go. Sometimes I may rock it like this, but I know I plan to wash my hair tomorrow, so we don't have to worry about it. But if this was like clean hair, and with that, I have somewhere to go tomorrow, like this weekend, then I would twist it up and then wear it like that for a few days and then go from there. So pretty much with the product that I'm using now, it's lasting for a couple of days. It's not lasting for as long as I would like. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is because I was back to I was washing my hair once a week, and so it would get me through a wash day. But now that I'm at 2, I guess it is working. But I do recommend detangle your hair because it's please, because all it's gonna do is make you really aggravated on wash day. So detangle your hair, please, because that's where people get aggravated. They don't detangle their hair. They don't take care of their natural hair. And then it's matted up and it's broken off, because just because it's natural doesn't mean that you can't mess it up, because you can. So yeah, and you would hate to have to start all the way back over again. And shrinkage I used to be upset about the shrinkage, but I feel like shrinkage is a sign of health, because baby, look at it. Look at it. Okay? That's it right here. Okay? So don't let the fro fool you, okay? And that's just me pulling the curl out. That's not me straightening it or whatever. So it's definitely longer than it was when I was relaxed. Let's just look at it. You see that right there? It's been a long time since your girl was shoulder length hair. And when I straightened it, I did straighten it once, and it was already sitting right there, and that was at 6 months. So yeah. I'm having a great time. It gets on my nerves sometimes, but it's very freeing. I feel like my confidence is different. I feel like my hair was the last evolution of me being authentically me, because I am an extra person, and so my hair being extra is right on brand for me. So if you're thinking about doing it, I hope this video helped. I do feel like it was all over the place, and it might not be, but y'all know how I do. I be everywhere. But if you're thinking about being natural, I think you should go for it. Just have patience for it. I am going to start back incorporating when I use different products and showing you guys how it is. I do have some wash days on my channel already. And maybe we could, girl, get you a friend, FaceTime your friend and be like, girl, I'm gonna wash my hair and you go talk to me. Or find you something good to watch and get through your wash day. Or a good podcast, a good audiobook, or whatever, and it'll be done in no time. Seriously. But if you're thinking about it, I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have been natural and you maybe needed some extra tips, you needed something, I hope this was beneficial to you. And until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you get caught up on these Vlogmas videos. Bye!